After much anticipation, Netflix finally dropped its stylized adaptation of the Arthurian-ish graphic novel Cursed from legendary Dark Knight creator Frank Miller and his writing partner Tom Wheeler. The first 10 episodes of this magical drama follow Nimue, the famous Lady of the Lake destined to present Arthur with the legendary sword Excalibur, which he will use to unite the British kingdoms. At least that's how it's supposed to go. But by taking the spotlight away from Arthur and Camelot and fixing it firmly on Nimue and the sword, Season 1 of Curse charts a very different narrative course than we've come to expect from a typical Arthurian tale.
But I claim it as the sword of the first queen.
The Fae Queen!
The series, like the graphic novel that came before it, is only an Arthurian tale in the most nominal sense. All of the familiar names and elements are there. Nimue, Arthur, Igraine, Morgana, Merlin, King Uther, Excalibur, but they've been completely mixed up, jumbled, and radically reimagined. All the alterations to the accepted mythology may be true to Miller and Wheeler's source material, but that doesn't make some of the series' plot movements any less confusing for fans of Arthurian romance. If the Season 1 finale proved anything, it's that Cursed is not your granddaddy's once and future king. For those viewers still trying to make heads or tails of Nimue's last stand on episode 10, here's a breakdown of everything that happened on the dramatic final hour of Cursed. Be warned, spoilers ahead. Episode 10 begins with a pleasant moment for our heroine, the calm before the storm. She awakens in the arms of her young lover, Arthur. The two have finally consummated their season-long flirtation, and just in time, since Nimue has agreed to turn herself into the detestable King Uther in exchange for the safety of her people. She's still the queen of the Fae for at least one more day, and she's going to make it count. Outside the city where Nimue and Arthur organize the terms of their surrender, King Uther and the Red Paladins, led by the sadistic Father Cardin, wait impatiently for the Fae to throw in the towel. They have the occupied city surrounded and overwhelmed and have only offered terms to Nimue to avoid a lengthy siege, but there is dissension within the enemy ranks. Whereas Uther only wants to get his grubby little hands on Excalibur, Cardin's paladins maintain a zealous hatred of the Fae and would like to see every last one of them exterminated. Cardin proposes a fanciful public execution of Nimue, which Uther declines.
Burning this terrorist would surely have the same demoralizing effect.
Uther discovers his spine just in time to stand up to Cardin and avoid making Nimue a martyr. The squirrely king of the Britons has already poisoned his mother to death, an act of savagery that he follows by ordering his men to run Merlin through as well. All that after Merlin finally told Uther he was proud of him. Without any adults in the room to advise him, Uther agrees to let the Fae escape north by ship unharmed as long as Nimue turns herself in and surrenders the city. Nimue agrees, but not before secreting Morgana out of the city with Excalibur to prevent the magical sword from falling into nefarious hands. The Fae folk head to the water guided by Arthur. Once they get to the shore and see the ships awaiting them, Arthur sends a message back to Nimue by hawk. This is the signal that it's now okay for her to turn herself into King Uther. Obviously, the jealous king is none too pleased that Nimue has found a loophole in their deal and turned herself in without Excalibur. As it turns out, Uther was planning to betray Nimue all along. He contracted with a band of savage Norsemen to slaughter all the Fae on the shore before they board their escape ships. We see this hopeless assault take place as Nimue is rendered to Uther's custody. Here's where things get bloody. Father Cardin, who's held Gawain the Green Knight in custody for some time now, finally does the deed and kills him. The revelation of his loss sends Nimue into a rage, reawakening her powers. She makes a break from Uther's camp with the injured Merlin in tow, but the religious zealots are hot on her heels, led by the assassin's sister Iris, who is as creepy as she is deadly. Iris is highly motivated to kill Nimue, since she's been told accomplishing that task will elevate her to true Red Paladin status. Iris catches up to Nimue and Merlin and feathers our heroine with arrows. Nimue falls from the rock bridge where she made her last stand and tumbles into the swirling water below. Is she dead? It seems unlikely, but the episode ends before we find out definitively. That's not all we have to digest while we're waiting for Season 2, however. In what is likely the biggest reveal of Season 1, the series' most interesting antagonist, the Weeping Monk, who can track and slaughter Fae by scent, is revealed to be none other than Lancelot.
Do you have a real name?
Lancelot.
Lancelot is, of course, destined to become Arthur's most powerful knight, as well as his wife's boyfriend, though so much has changed from the original mythology here that it's impossible to foretell if any of this will go down as expected. The young Fayboy Squirrel, who's been protected consistently by Lancelot, is revealed to be Percival, another one of Arthur's famous Knights of the Round Table. And Gawain, the dead Green Knight, he might not be so dead either. It all adds up to a lot of question marks heading into Season 2. All 10 episodes of Cursed Season 1 are currently streaming on Netflix. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.